Hey friends, Jerod Arreguini with Jam Entertainment, and I wanted to get in here today and have a conversation about, well, something that's kind of controversial, DJ placement. Now, as a DJ, this is something that we deal with on a regular basis, whether you're at a wedding, whether you're at an event, it doesn't really matter where you're at. It is a conversation that comes up. Where do we need to place you? What do you need? Things like that. So I want to kind of jump in here and talk a little bit about this, some things that from a DJ's perspective, also as someone who is actively involved with a venue, as a venue owner, I want to talk about maybe that perspective as well. So let's kind of just jump into this real quickly. If you have a moment, we'd really appreciate a follow and a like. And in this process of going through this, if you have questions, comments, things that we can discuss, definitely down in the comments, please leave some. I'd love to get back to you and kind of share my concept. Now, as always, this is just my perspective. This is what I've seen in my 30 years in the music industry. So let's just jump into this. One of the biggest things to understand in DJ placement is, what are you bringing to the table? What is your setup? If you have a beautiful DJ setup with DJ furniture, maybe you're using something gorgeous. I personally use the large booths from Max Design, and I love them. They're beautiful. They're aesthetically pleasing, and I know that they are just taking the world by storm. But you know what? It wasn't that long ago when I was using a table, a laptop, and a little mixer. So I knew that, at that point, what am I going to bring? What do I need? What is my space requirement? And I think that's important to talk about, because you need to know when you get to an area, do you need a 6x4 space? Do you need a 10x10 space? These are conversations that you need to have with your couples, with your venues, with the people that are hiring you for corporate events, or maybe even it's just some kind of grand opening that you're out doing. Have this conversation. I think it's crucial. Also, once you know what you're bringing to the table, you can legitimately tell them, hey, this is the space requirement that I need, and this is what I need. Now, wonderfully, the fact that a lot of coordinators will go, hey, what do you need? Do you need a table? Do you need linens? Those of us with DJ furniture, we come self-contained. We don't need all of that extra stuff. But like I said, it wasn't that long ago, I was in that particular boat myself. Once you know that, then you can have that conversation and you can literally go, well, I need this kind of space. Now, this is where it gets controversial. It doesn't matter whether you're a brand new DJ starting out and you've got the table and you've got the laptop and this is brand new to you, or you've been doing this for 20, 30 years, you've got the DJ setup, got your rack and all the different things that are happening. What's important is to know this. As a DJ, it is so very, very important that you are placed near where the crowd is going to be happening, near the dance floor, near the event. There's a lot of reasons for this. And this is controversial because a lot of times people kind of go, oh, it's the DJ, we're going to put him in the corner. Well, let me tell you why it's important to put your DJ, me, or others in the area, that put them near the dance floor, put them near the excitement. Number one is they are your host. They are your MC of the day. They're the ones out there talking to the crowd, engaging people. It is much more difficult to engage an audience or a crowd or clients or family when you are 20, 30, 40 feet away from everybody. That's really difficult. So think about that. Like if you want your, MC to actually be able to communicate effectively, because they are the voice of the day. In fact, comically, I don't know very many wedding coordinators or planners that can't wait to get on the microphone. In fact, most of them say, here's the timeline, go. So don't be afraid of that. And as DJs, we need to not be afraid to ask, hey, I need to be here. And here's why. As the host, as the MC for the day, I think it's crucial. I think it's important that I am right there engaging with my audience. Number two, when it comes to the music time, guess what? You're the instigator. You're the dance instigator. There are so many amazing DJs out there that get put in the corner, but half of what they're doing is engaging. They're getting the hype going. They're involved. They're playing around. They're dancing. They are connecting with their audience. And it's really difficult to do when you're 20, 30, 40 feet put in the corner. You just can't do that. So I think it's really, really important to have that, again, conversation with all parties. Understand that that's something that's going to just really, really, really be important. The other thing too is, as your host, as your dance instigator, you need to be able to connect with everyone. As I said, you're the communicator for the day. So whether it's chef who's saying, hey, we're ready to go, or maybe you don't have a coordinator for that day and you're dealing directly with the photographer, you need to be able to immediately get right engaged with your clients, with the guests, with whoever is bringing you on board for this event. And you need to have that communication right away. Hey, ladies and gentlemen, at this time, we're going to go ahead and get ready for dinner. It's a lot different when you're right there and you can talk to them versus in a corner, you're just a voice over a loudspeaker. So those are some things. Now, every situation is not perfect. I 100% understand that. In fact, at my venue, I specifically make sure that our DJs are either directly across from our bride and groom. Maybe there's a sweetheart table or a banquet table and the DJ's on the opposite side looking at them. That way they can tell all night long, is my couple happy? Am I there? Is everything going good? Or they're just kind of set off barely to the side, but no more than about 6 to 8 feet away from that dance floor. But let's talk realistic. We've all been in situations, whether it's a barn, a house, a beautiful venue, something rustic, something historic, something super elegant, where you're not near the dance floor. And as a DJ, you walk in and it's kind of like the wind gets taken out of your sails and you're like, oh, okay, but we can make this happen. We can make this work. And you know what? That's where you start going, maybe today I'm not having the full spread. I don't got the rig set up. Maybe I'm not using those EVs or those bows today. Maybe I'm going with a smaller version of that. Maybe half the version. And what sometimes stinks is when you get put so far away that you are kind of just a speaker. You're just set off, almost like if you were to have a party in a backyard and someone set up maybe their Evers or their bows and they just had music going. Sometimes that's what it feels like, right? But it's just really unavoidable. I know that there's venues in the Reno, Tahoe area. There is no space for a DJ. There's just there's such a beautiful location, but they don't have that space. So you have to immediately realize, okay, I have to find ways to connect with my crowd, with my audience, with my clients on ways that maybe I don't desire, and I need to do it with a great attitude. Because listen, we can internally explode all the time. In fact, pretty much everybody in the wedding industry, we mentally explode at least once or twice on an event. It's just not possible. We go in, something's not like we wanted it to be or we thought it should be, but we need to pull that back. Now, there's another thing though. Sometimes this is just the way it's always been done. I know I've been DJing since the 80s. Oh, just dated myself a little more, but what happens is back then DJing wasn't what it is today. I mean, we brought crates, and by the way, crates were actually crates of records in milk crates. They weren't a laptop, and we spun what we had. But sometimes wedding planners, venues, maybe even clients, this is just kind of how they've always done it. This is what they know. Again, have that honest conversation. Hey, this is really why I need to be up here. And if we can make that happen, awesome, great, let's get it done. Because the why is so much more important than just as a DJ going, I need to be near a crowd. I need to have this. I need this. Because it's not about you. It's about your client. It's about the guests. And if we can kind of come together as vendors, as clients, and understand, hey, I really think that we should be placed here, and here is why this needs to happen. I need to engage with the couple. I need to make sure that I'm the hype sponsor. I'm bringing the energy. And if we're not having that conversation, then DJs will just sit and grumble. We'll just be like, well, I hate getting stuck in the balcony or in the corner or in this little cubby. Or worse yet, we're not actually engaging in conversation with our vendors, with other venues, with clients, because maybe they don't know. Maybe they've never even thought, oh my gosh, a DJ should be in this spot. Because they are the hype, they are that. So I think it's really, really important to have those conversations with everyone. But I also think at the end of the day, we are professionals. This is what we do. So I want to encourage everyone, have conversations, understand we need to do what we need to do to make absolutely the best possible experience for our clients. But at the end of the day, sometimes it's not going to go your way. Sometimes it's not going to happen the way you think you should have it done. And guess what? That's okay. Because we just need to come in, provide the most amazing soundtrack to this lovely couple or this amazing corporate event, and step out of the way. Dare I say we kind of need to stay in our lane, but we need to have conversations, healthy, honest dialogues. Guess what? Sometimes it's going to upset people. They're going to be like, well, we don't do it this way, or I don't like that. And I know so-and-so does that, but we're not doing that. That's okay. Because you know what? At the end of the day, we're going to go home and we're going to sit back and go like, you know what? I gave my all. I gave my 100%. So thanks for coming around. If you have any questions, comments, thoughts, I would love to hear from you. Maybe you're a venue and you're like, yeah, we always put our DJ in the corner because, well, frankly, we lay out the chairs a certain way. Or maybe you're a photographer and you're like, yeah, I put all my equipment behind the DJ booth and that's how I like it. Or there's a lot of conversations with DJ setups and things. And we didn't get into the actual setup of that. That's a conversation for probably another video. But I'd love to hear from you, your thoughts, your pros, your cons. If you're a DJ, Tell me what you love, what your frustrations are. If you're in one of those other areas, maybe you're a coordinator, a planner, a venue, and maybe you've been a bride and you're like, yeah, we loved having our DJ next to us. Or maybe the opposite's true. Maybe you're like, yeah, we put our DJ in the corner and that's probably where they should stay. So love you all. As always, look forward to connecting with each one of you. Have a wonderful day.